Hi, welcome back to our channel. This month feels extra special. It is the month I officially enter chapter 50. To be honest, I had so many visions of how this chapter would look like, but none of these visions ever showed me as a content creator. This month also happens to mark 1 year since I left the corporate world. And the truth is, it wasn't by choice. I was with a tech giant for 20 years. I loved the company. I loved the people. But organizational changes happened and I was one of the many who had to leave. The separation was amicable, but the timing, not really what I was expecting. After working for over 25 years, I told myself, maybe it's time. Time for a mental detox. Time to take a real break. Time to finally not be chained by work schedules and endless emails. With that new freedom, I started focusing on myself. I worked out more, went on morning walks with hubby at Sungai Buloh, evening runs at Merici. We spent more time in our JB home. We even went on a 2-week road trip around Malaysia and later an incredible 2.5 weeks in Spain. It felt amazing for a while. But 6 months in, something shifted. I started feeling this deep fear of no longer having income. Even though we had done our sums and hubby reassured me we would be fine living a simple lifestyle. But that fear just wouldn't go away. Maybe it's because for 20 plus years, I was used to earning a steady income. And suddenly it was gone. So I started to pick up my pace in job hunting. I diligently went through LinkedIn every few days and made sure I sent out applications. But the timing was tough. Several big companies had begun retrenching and there was suddenly so many job seekers out in the market. Given my age and qualifications, it made it even more challenging. I sent out almost 100 applications and in return, 2 or 3 interviews, none of them went anywhere. I'm sure many job seekers will understand this feeling. Receiving emails thanking you for your application only to be told they have found a suitable candidate. It was discouraging, honestly demoralizing. When I was still working, recruiters would call me constantly. But once I was out, it felt like the world just moved on without me. That was when my hubby suggested maybe he could convert our car into a private hire. At first, I hesitated. We had spent so much time together 24/7 and I could not imagine that changing. But eventually, we went ahead. And you know what? I'm glad we did. That small income gave me peace of mind. It made me feel we were not just eating into our savings. And it gave both of us a sense of purpose, him driving and me keeping our home running. It was a real role reversal. For almost 17 years, he was the stay-at-home dad, making it possible for me to pursue my career. Without him, I could never have achieved what I did. And now, here I was, the one at home. And strangely, I found comfort in that. Even with workouts and housework, I still had a lot of free time. And I realized I miss working. I still open my emails every morning. Even though it's just spam or online shopping advertisements, that routine is hard to break. I use Excel to track housework, Microsoft Notes to pen down recipes. It's funny, I know, but it shows how ingrained those work habits are in me. Then I started taking courses with my Skills Future credits. One that really stood out was the digital content creation. See, hubby and I have been toying with the idea of starting a YouTube channel. But I always thought content creation is tough. Filming, editing, planning, it felt overwhelming. But after that course, something clicked. Editing wasn't as scary as I thought. In fact, I really enjoyed it. So we gathered what we had and I started putting videos in place. And to my surprise, I loved it. Within 2 weeks, I had produced and published 5 videos, 5 shorts, even started our TikTok account. Though I'll admit, TikTok is still a learning curve for me. Don't blame me, I'm a Gen X. Instagram and Facebook feels more like home. Suddenly, I had a new routine, a new purpose, a new chapter. We hope to monetize the channel soon and earn a bit from ad revenue. But content creation is hard work. Right now, I'm spending even longer hours than I did at my previous job. Do I regret taking the package? Not at all. Seeing this channel grow and watching each new subscriber or like appear puts a genuine smile on my face. It's incredibly satisfying to see our efforts come to life. I have learned that when one door closes, another one really does open. But sometimes that new door looks dark and scary. You won't know what is behind it. You might hesitate. But if you take that first step, if you dare to walk through, it eventually leads to a new path. Looking back, this past year has been a roller coaster. It wasn't the job loss itself that shook me. It was the fear that followed, the uncertainty of not knowing what the next step would be. I still don't know exactly where this new chapter will lead, but I choose to move forward with hope, trusting that each step brings me closer to something meaningful. To anyone facing fear or change in their own life, remember, you have the strength to keep going, to adapt, and to create new possibilities for yourself. Even when the path seems unclear, your courage today shapes the journey ahead. This isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter, and you have the power to make it one filled with growth and hope. If my story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We would love for you to join us on this journey, and together we can explore what the next chapter holds.